It is May 31st, 2019, on our way to Contact in the Desert. Woo-woo! I'm excited. Here with my husband, Andy, and we're looking forward to all of the speakers that are going to be there. It's in Indian Wells, California, so it's a couple hours from where I'm from in the coast. And yeah, we're just really excited. It'll be hot though. It's supposed to be about 100 degrees or something like that. So, but the conference rooms are always really cold. But it's my first time to Contact, and just really excited about it. I will be sharing with you some updates during the conference, and I will catch you later. Alrighty. Okay, we're gonna be about turning into the Renaissance Resort and Spa. Oh, look, it even says Highway 111, angel numbers. So hopefully we're gonna have an awesome weekend, and we will be giving you all the lowdown from the inside. Okay, and here is the hotel, the Renaissance, where we will be staying at. Hi, Italia here. So I told you that I would recap the day and like what's been happening here at Contact in the Desert. It's been cool. I've been meeting some really cool people. We checked out Whitley Strieber, who wrote Communion, checked out his lecture, his talk, and then we also saw Richard Dolan. And then they actually, right outside a few of the conference rooms in the halls, there's this whole like place where they have speakers, you know, behind the tables, and they have all their books out, and you can go up and take pictures with them, or, you know, get your book autographed or things like that. So it's been pretty cool. We did the food too, the lunch, the dinner, so that way you don't have to worry about having to go out to a restaurant or one of the restaurants that's here inside the hotel, because you'd have to make sure you do your reservations like before you even get to the hotel, because they might not have reservations when you show up. So that's why we did the meal package, which is good. The food was good. You get a little dessert with it too. So something to keep in mind if you decide to go next year to Contact in the Desert. I think those things were really nice. And also the Renaissance was really nice. We like our room. Everything's very clean, modern. They have a pool, which I might go by tomorrow afternoon maybe, and just take a little break from everything. But so far everybody's been really nice, and now we're gonna go down to the Glow Bar, where there's gonna be like a speaker meet and greet kind of thing as well. So we're gonna be checking that out. But so far it's pretty cool, it's pretty mellow. Everybody's been really nice, and everything has flowed really beautifully. So they really put together this conference really, really well. So I definitely would highly recommend it if you wanted to go next year. We'll see tomorrow. I'm planning to do a workshop and a few other things, and we're going to go to the banquet tomorrow night. They're going to be honoring Graham Hancock. And I think it's going to be, Jimmy Church is going to be emceeing it. So yeah, so it should be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to that. But overall, so far, so good. Hey, I'm here with my husband to give you some more insight from the conference.
This was Whitley Strieber, one of the first speakers we saw, famous author of Communion. Those were the aliens he saw, very cool aliens. This video, actually, Whitley claims is legitimate. It's from the internet. Look up J-Rod. It's a very popular internet video with that alien.
And then the next speaker we saw was Richard Dolan. His talk was about artificial intelligence, prize or problem, and the whole 5G. Really nice guy.
Super guy.
Yeah, really sweet person.
Signed our book.
And he signed our book.
Love him.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Kathleen Martin, who was the niece of Betty Hill from the famous abduction case. She had a lot of interesting things to say.
And then this was the Close Encounters meet and greet. And you can see some of the different people. They were coming down the stairs, the different speakers like Emery Smith.
It was set to Star Wars music, highly entertaining. You see Clyde Lewis there, David Adair, Michael Sala.
Linda Mutenhow.
Yeah, they're all there walking down, get to mingle with all these people.
Yvonne Smith.
The woman in white at the back, that's Victoria, the organizer of the conference. You see Ray Hernandez, Mary Rodwell, the who's who.
Yeah, it was definitely a who's who there, and it was nice. Everybody was very, very easy to talk to and nice, and it was a good
It's
time.
very interactive place to be. Moving around to the other side, we see some more speakers: James Gilliland, Eric Van Danigan, Russell Targ. So a whole lot of people you can meet at this conference.
JJ Hertek. Right. Hi, my friends. I'm back. So it's day 2 of Contact in the Desert, and I just wanted to give you an update on what has been going on, because I want you to feel like you're experiencing it, a little bit of it as well. This morning I went to the James Gilliland's his workshop, which was awesome. If you haven't checked out any of James Gilliland's work, it's really cool because he owns a place called ECETI Ranch, where they have a lot of experiences with like UFO craft flying over, and you can experience it there yourself. There's a lot of beings, like Kuan Yin was seen there, Mother Mary, some fairies, even Bigfoot has been sighted there. So he talks a lot about, in this UFO community, he also incorporates the spirit aspect, the spirituality part of it, and just working with higher level beings and consciousness and like raising your vibration. And so it's been really exciting to just listen to that. I really resonate with the message. And also, James talked about the feline beings, and I have contact with the feline beings. If you haven't checked it out yet, I have a video called Channeling Done Hot Way from the feline race. And actually how I found James was because of my connection to the felines. And so it really, his message, all of that about living in a higher vibration just really resonates. And if that resonates with you, check out James Gilliland's work. He also has some books as well. The next person that I saw was Mary Rodwell, and she's fabulous. She's from Australia. She's a UFO researcher and a therapist, and she works with experiencers. And what I really enjoy about her work was that she just like incorporates the children, that whole children aspect, which I think is really important when we're talking about ufology in this field, because children are experiencing things that they don't understand, or the ones that she's bringing up, that she presented, really do understand, and actually they're coming in with these their DNA already activated or upgraded. She has a book called The New Human, and a lot of them, she says, are on that ADHD, autism, Asperger's, dyslexia, just in that spectrum. And because they have a lot of heightened sense to smell and sound and taste, like their whole 5 senses are very hyper, and they just come into the world with a lot more wisdom and knowledge. And so that is really, really interesting to me. Having been an elementary school teacher, I did see those, and I worked with those children who were very bright and very intelligent, but maybe they didn't always fit into the box, you know, of the programming in the regular school system. And so it was really great to hear her experiences with these children from the ages of 3 all the way to teenagers. So that was really cool. Mary Rodwell, I would definitely suggest, if you're interested in that kind of stuff with the children and experiences, is you to go and check out her work. She has a lot of work in that part of that field. And then we went to lunch, good lunch. The meal package here is pretty good. The food's good. And then tonight we're going to be going to the banquet, which is supposed to have a bunch of different of the speakers there. And so I'm going to take some video and take some pictures to help you feel like you're there too. And I can say that so far, overall, Contact has been a really good experience. I feel like the people are really great. So if you feel like, God, I don't have anybody to talk to about all of this kind of stuff, but I'm really interested in it, I would definitely check out Contact, just because you're surrounded by like-minded people. Like you're at lunch and you're talking about, interdimensional stuff. It's just awesome. It's just really, really wonderful. So if you enjoy that, I would definitely highly recommend Contact so far. And then I will share more with you tomorrow. But for now, peace out.
And here we are at the vendor hall. A lot of great stuff you can buy here.
Yeah, there's all kinds of like crystals and jewelry and different types of cool like alien artifacts.
Alien knickknacks for your desk.
Mm-hmm. Lots of there's some organites, which are awesome for
alternative health products.
Mm-hmm.
It's another shot of the speaker hall.
Yeah, and this was great because there's Mary Rodwell sitting right there at the table. You can just go up right to the speakers and just get this real personal
one-on-one contact with the speakers. You can go right up to them, have a conversation. There's Richard Dolan and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hawk we saw. This is Emery Smith. I caught the last end of his talk. It was super packed in there. But yeah, I got to see Emery.
And then this was at the Speaker Award Banquet, an awards ceremony. They were honoring Graham Hancock. There he is, accepting his award.
The author of Ancient Mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
Very popular man.
Yeah, and then so you get to sit down, and the whole thing is that you get a speaker that sits at your table. So there's like a reserved spot for the speaker to sit. There's Travis Walton to your left, James Gilliland right there to the right. And so a speaker sits at each table. So one of the things you want to do is get there early so that when you go to a table, you can have a spot right next to that reserved space, because you're going to know that the speaker is going to sit right there. It gets really loud in there. So if you can be as close as possible to the speaker, it's really much better, so you can talk to them and have a conversation and be able to hear each other. But it was really nice to get that one-on-one. And they switched the speakers, I think it was about 5-6 times.
It was like musical chairs, kind of. They'd go around. Jimmy Church would have everybody move around.
Jimmy Church right there to the right. And so all the different speakers from the, most of them were
George
there.
Norrie.
George Norrie, was to the left.
Linda came to our table. Linda Moulton Howe, famous researcher. Mm-hmm. And Clifford Mahooty stopped by as well.
Both very lovely people. Very lovely.
This was the night watch. I did pay for tickets to go to this, but I recommend getting there very early to use the equipment. I wasn't able to. They did show on the big screen, though, what was happening with the night vision goggles. So get there early if you want to do that.
Now, these two guys are awesome. They are Leon Kirkbeck and Rhys Darby. He was in The Flight of the Conchords on HBO. This is their podcast, Cryptid Factor. And there they are speaking to Linda Moulton Howe.
Great guys, really funny. Highly recommend their show. It deals with all kinds of supernatural things. There's Giorgio. Great show.
Yeah, we got to sit in and watch them.
Here's David Wilcock, who did a big lectures. His lecture was packed with people. Got to see a little bit of that, so that was good as well.
Hey, it is day 3 here at Contact in the Desert. I'm really sad because we have to go home today, but it's been really wonderful meeting with a lot of like-minded individuals here. There's just so much going on, and I think you'd really enjoy coming, especially if you enjoy the whole ufology topic. So this morning we went and saw a panel discussion with James Gilliland, Yvonne Smith, Mary Rodwell, Kathleen Marden, Whitley Strieber, Travis Walton, and Ray Hernandez. And it was really cool getting to hear about the experiences. Ray Hernandez talked about a book that he co-created with other researchers called Beyond UFOs. And what it was a study done of, I can't remember if it was 1,000 or how many different experiencers. And basically, it was a questionnaire asking them how they felt or how they changed after their experiences. And so I might get that book. It would be really interesting to read. He talked a little bit about some of the statistics about, but overwhelmingly, I think 85% had like changed spiritually in some way. So that was really interesting. Also, the idea of discernment came up, which is really important. That we discern different types of entities. And then also the whole idea of disclosure, right? We're not waiting. You and I are the disclosure. We're not waiting for, the government or whatever power symbol to tell us that, something's out there. We're not alone. We know we're not alone. We know that, these things are happening because they're happening to us. They're happening to somebody that we know and love. So we are the disclosure. So your personal story matters. You sharing that, speaking your truth with others matters, because you and I are the disclosure. And the more and more people awaken and tell their stories and tell what's going on, the more and more people will be more either accepting or understanding, or it's going to open their mind, or it triggers them to tell their truth as well. So that was the whole idea with, disclosure and when that's happening. Well, it's happening now, even me doing the videos or the channeling videos or sharing my experiences, that's all disclosure, right? That's part of the whole thing. You doing that yourself, sharing your experiences and what you're doing, all of that's disclosure. So that was really a wonderful experience. So overall, I really enjoyed my time here. I can't wait for contact next year. I am hearing right now, the lady also, Victoria, who's the head of the Contact in the Desert, the producer putting it all together, she was saying that they might do a thing where there's a nuts and bolts section of they might have it in one place and then the spirituality in the other, like in another hotel. So I don't know that that's really going to come to fruition, but they were kind of playing around that idea between the nuts and bolts part of ufology and the spirituality part of ufology. But I don't know, we'll see what happens next year. But she did say that there's a lot more press, that they got a lot more press wanting to come and learn about contact and all that, especially, so she says, more than ever in the past. So something is happening, something's on the horizon, especially with, the Navy and the Pentagon in the last 2-3 weeks, those New York Times articles, the New York Post. There's something on the horizon, something's happening, I bet you feel it. There's this wave, or there's this change, or there's this urgency. Something's coming about in regards to all of this disclosure stuff. We don't know exactly what, but something's on the way, on the horizon. Something's there. So for you, just, keep on, just being you, speaking your truth and sharing your truth. But anyway, yeah, Contact in the Desert, definitely highly recommend the meal package because it's easy. You don't have to worry about going to the restaurant, and everything went smoothly. You might have to just wait in lines to know that if, let's say, there's a panel discussion or something like that, you just want to line up about 15 minutes earlier, because lines kind of do form in a sense. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. So I hope you've enjoyed what I've offered through sharing the Contact in the Desert experience. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make any comments that you have, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I really love it, and that would really help me, and share the video too with others who are interested in going to Contact in the Desert. And until next time, remember that you're the light, so let it shine. Take care and be well.